I'm gonna do one more YouTube video. Now this one I might contemplate on putting on both channels. This one's gonna be called Sex Game, Sex with Supermodels, Fitness Models, and Booty Models. And the reason why I'm making this video is because it just makes sense that if I make one about how to have sex with girls that are golf and punk rock, it only makes sense and is only fair that I make one about supermodels and fitness models, which you need to understand if you try to date the most beautiful, attractive women on the face of the earth. Now, you should know in all my videos, I say it and I say it best. I am not a pickup artist. I'm not a dating coach. Never have and never will. And I always tell you in my YouTube videos, do not trust pickup artists and dating coaches. And if you had to trust a pickup artist, the only one I recommend that you should trust maybe 75, maybe 80% of the time is probably Matt Cross from the 33 Secrets. I mean, all you gotta do is type up, 33 Secrets and his channel will come up. He's a very good YouTube content creator. He's a professional pickup artist. So if you had to trust someone, I would say 75 to 80% you can trust him. Now, other pickup artists and dating coaches, hell no. Now, in order for you to date the most beautiful, attractive women on the planet, hold on. I hate when I have to put my shoes in here, but these shoes are funny. And when I get paid next week, not this week, but next when I get paid for the second time, I'll be able to buy me some new shoes. I'm still going to jury duty. But the point is, you have to have a competitive mindset. You have to be very mature. Now, the supermodels and the fitness models and Miss USA, those are the three types of women that men love to have sex with. You see these women in movies, television shows, drinking commercials, food commercials, magazines, billboards. These are the 8s and 9s and 10s that are referred to in our society. Now, to get these types of women, you have to be established. There's no such thing of you wanting to date a supermodel and you work at Foot Locker. That's not gonna happen. That might happen in television and film, but in the real world, she's a supermodel and you work at Foot Locker, that's not happening. You can't date a fitness model and you're at Planet Fitness. Trust me. You can't be at Planet Fitness trying to get a fitness model. Same thing if you want to date Miss USA. You can't get Miss USA if you were working at McDonald's. That's not gonna work. And even if you say I want a booty model, even if you say I want a booty model, if you're not in the rap industry, the music industry, you cannot be a security guard or a janitor and you want a booty model. It's not gonna happen. You have to be established. If you don't have money, looks, and status, you are not gonna get these women. If you don't have your own house or an apartment, you don't have a car, you don't have 2 jobs or 3 jobs, if you don't have your own company, these women will not even look at you twice. See, I work at the Grove, okay? That's a high-class residential area. That's where all the Hollywood celebrities go to shop at. I've seen some Hollywood celebrities that you've seen in movies and television shows. Some filming movies, TV shows as we speak. 2 weeks ago, I saw Billy Bob Thornton. If you remember that movie called Bad Santa and Bad Santa Part 2 from 2 years ago, yeah, I've seen Billy Bob Thornton. I've seen Maxine Waters. Jennifer Lopez came to our store. I can't tell you the name of the store because I can get into a lot of trouble and I can get fired. So I can't tell you the name of the store because I can get into a lot of trouble. But the point is, I work in an atmosphere where I see rich, famous celebrities. And these women will not look at you twice if you're not desirable. So if you don't have money, looks, and status, and you're not making millions of dollars, if you're not making billions of dollars, these women will not look at you twice. And these are women that are 8s, 9s, and 10s. These are the women you see in the movies, the television shows, the billboards, the magazines, the food commercials, the drinking commercials. These are the women that you see at the basketball games, the football games. And guess what? It takes a very strong man to deal with women that are 8s, 9s, and 10s. See, if you try to date a supermodel is a 10. Miss USA is a 10. Women that are a fitness model, they're like a 9. And guess what? If you try to date supermodels or fitness models or Miss USA, the one thing you must understand as a heterosexual man, it doesn't matter if you're a black man, a white man, a Mexican man, or an Asian man. I don't care if you're from Russia or Paris, France. The one thing you need to understand as a man, 99.999%, is that all of the attention is going to be focused on you to see if you're gonna make a mistake, to see if you're gonna mess up. Because you got men that will be jealous of you that you're dating supermodels, fitness models, Miss USA. You got some guys that'll be jealous of you because you're dating a booty model. And they'll be waiting for you to mess up. They'll be waiting for you to mess up, and when you mess up, they'll be there to take your place. And these men don't care if you get your feelings hurt, your heart broken. It's every man for themselves when it comes to dating the most beautiful, attractive women on the face of the earth. They want to date supermodels, fitness models, Miss USA, actresses, same thing with actresses. And guess what? It's a big responsibility. You cannot date these women unless you're established. To date these types of women, you gotta be established. If you're not established, you don't talk to these types of women. That's why in my last video I told you that not every single man is gonna date the world's most beautiful, attractive women. The most beautiful, attractive women are supermodels, fitness models, Miss USA, booty models, actresses. I've seen some beautiful actresses and they would not look at the average man twice. Like, you're even lucky if they say hi to you in the high class area that I work at, which is the Grove. The Grove is a place where all celebrities go to. You know, I've almost ran into Shaquille O'Neal. I almost ran into Kobe Bryant. You see, some of the most competitive athletes in sports, basketball players, football players, baseball players, they date these types of women. And since they date these types of women, they can date these types of women because they have money, looks, and status. They're established. But the average man, 90% of the time, will never get to date these types of women because it takes on a certain philosophy. You got to be mature. You got to be between the ages of 35 to 40 years of age to date these types of women. See, if you're 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, it's not going to help you because you're too young. And it's been proven by math and science that women that are supermodels, fitness models, Miss USA, booty models, and actresses do not want to date men that just graduated from high school and college because they're immature, they're too young, they don't have no experience. And if you try to talk to these types of women, you might experience rejection like a total of 10 to 15 times. Like, these women will reject you 10 times, 15 times, 20 times. If they have to be an evil, mean, ruthless, cold-hearted, hold on. I'm filming on location, so I apologize for the noise and the commotion until jury duty's over this week. If I do plan to make any more videos, it'll look like this until jury duty's officially over. So it's gonna be 3 more days. I did Monday, we gotta do Tuesday, we gotta do Wednesday, and I'm not sure, but I think I might have to come back Thursday, which makes it a total of 4 days. And until it's over, I have to do this. It's unfortunate. I apologize. I know you guys don't like a video like this, but it has to be like this until it's over. So sorry that the quality's a little funny, but this is what happens when you get picked and selected for jury duty and you don't get the opportunity to do things that you want to do. Now back to the video presentation. You can't date these types of women unless you're established. That means you have to do a lot of work. Remember my self-improvement video? That's where self-improvement comes into this video. To date 8s, 9s, and 10s, there's a big responsibility. You gotta have your own house, an apartment, you gotta have a car, you gotta have 2 jobs or 3 jobs, you gotta have your own company. Just to date these types of women, you can't be working at McDonald's, Taco Bell, Carl's Jr. That's not gonna work. That only works in movies and television shows. In the real world, you're gonna get rejected by these types of women a total of 10 to 15 times. And if the woman wants to be an evil, vindictive, cold-hearted ass woman, she might reject you 20 to 25 times. And by the end of the year, you might have got rejected 50 times. You have to be mature to date these types of women. You have to be established. You know, when you hear these pickup artists and these dating coaches tell you date women that are 8s, 9s, and 10s, for the most part, they're telling you the truth, but what they're not telling you is you got to be between the ages of 35 to 40 years of age to date these women. They want mature men. They want older men. They don't want a young man from the ages of 18 to 27 because to them you're too young, you're inexperienced. And when you go to nightclubs or bars, 90% of the time you're going to see younger women and older men. You're going to see men in their late 30s and their 40s and their 50s and their 60s dating the most beautiful, attractive women on the face of the earth, which is 8s, 9s, and 10s. They're very mature. They're established. They have their life together. Guys that are from the age of 18 to 29, you're in the beginning stages. So if you graduated from high school, you're gonna get rejected. If you just graduated from college, you're gonna get rejected. You gotta be 35 or 40 years old not to get rejected. And even if you get 35, or 40 years old, you still might get rejected if you have an average job trying to date a supermodel. Even if you say, what if the girl's an aspiring supermodel? You're still gonna get rejected. And I'm making this video for men that wanna date 8s, 9s, and 10s. And the answer to that question is, you have to do self-improvement. If you don't do self-improvement, you don't get to date these types of females. These types of women will not talk to you or look at you twice. I've seen guys get the police called on because they try to approach a supermodel and the police arrested the guy because he tried to approach a supermodel. This was like last year. And guess what? When you go to a place like the Grove, you either are the guy that she finds physically, sexually attractive or not. So this video is to give you guys some information on what you can do to self-improve your chances with 8s, 9s, and 10s. But you also understand that this woman has unrealistic expectations. That means she's gonna want you to do everything. You know, some of the most beautiful women have fucked up attitudes. They got terrible personalities. And I said that in the last video. And guys who say they want the supermodel, the fitness model, or Miss USA, or actresses, or the booty model, even if you look in the music industry with those booty models, they have messed up personalities. And if you're not rich and famous, they won't look at you twice. So I'm trying to save some of you guys the embarrassment and the public humiliation that you're gonna face. Only if you're established. The only time you can get these types of women, if you're not rich and famous, is if you're a police officer. If you work for the FBI and you make way more money than the average man, that's probably the only time you might see those guys date women that are 8s, 9s, and 10s. And then the reason why I say you have to be mature is because it takes a certain level of maturity to tolerate the unrealistic expectations that these women have. Now, the sex is going to be good. Now, is the sex better when it comes to the golf girl? I already told you in my video, the golf girls and the punk rock girls are more sexual and more freaky. Now, every now and then you might get a supermodel that is a freak. Same thing with the booty model and the fitness model. There are going to be some freaks. I'm just trying to explain to you what you're signing yourself up for. So I can't make this video too long, and I'll make another video about a car. I guess I'll make part 2 about does the car help you get ass, because there are some misconceptions. And then I'm going to talk about what cars get girls' panties wet and what cars make girls say, oh hell no, get the hell away from me. So pay attention for that video. That video might drop Thursday or Friday. Until then, peace.